Sometimes you grab a snack from the fridge, something simple like yogurt, and you don't even think about it. But what if I told you that simple cup of yogurt has a wild story? A story that involves ancient nomads, a cure fit for a king, and a major scientific discovery. Well, that's what we're diving into today.
So let's just start with this question right here. What if your go-to snack wasn't some modern invention, but actually an accident? A really, really old accident that happened completely by chance. Because, well, that's exactly what yogurt is.
And when I say old, I mean ancient. We're talking about going way, way back, all the way to 5000 BCE. That is over 7,000 years ago. We're talking Central Asia, maybe the Middle East, long before pretty much all of recorded history.
So, how in the world did this happen, right? This wasn't cooked up in some kitchen by a clever chef. Nope. It was a complete and total accident, born out of the day-to-day needs of nomadic people just trying to get by.
Okay, so picture this. You're a herder, you're always on the move, and you need a way to carry milk with you. There are no refrigerators, no plastic bottles. What do you use? Well, you use what you have. In this case, bags made from cleaned-out animal stomachs. It sounds a little weird to us now, for sure, but back then it was basically the perfect portable pouch.
And this is where the magic happens. It's so simple. It's brilliant. You pour the milk in one of these stomach bags, then the natural enzymes still inside the lining of the bag, plus the warmth from the sun beating down on it, they start a process called fermentation. And that process completely transforms the milk. It gets thick, it gets tangy, and this is the crucial part, it's preserved. And just like that, boom, the world's first yogurt is born.
And you have to realize this wasn't just a fun new food. For people on the move, this was a total game changer for survival. I mean, a food that preserves itself, that doesn't go bad in the heat, that's a massive, massive advantage. So this happy accident very quickly became a staple, an essential part of their diet. Of course, something this useful and this revolutionary wasn't going to stay in one place for long. As these tribes and peoples traveled, traded, and interacted, the secret of yogurt spread with them. It started its journey from a local trick to a global phenomenon.
And as it traveled, something really cool happened. Each culture that adopted it gave it a new name, a new identity. So in India, it became dahi. In Turkey, yogurt. In the Middle East, you'll hear laban. It's this beautiful example of how one single idea can travel the world and adapt to totally new places.
And we're not just talking about a practical food here. In a lot of places, it was seen as something special, even sacred. Take ancient India, for instance. A simple mix of yogurt and honey was described as the food of the gods. I mean, that tells you everything you need to know about how much they valued this stuff.
The actual word we use today, yogurt, it comes to us from the Turkish language. It's from the verb yoğurmak, which literally means to thicken or to curdle. It's so perfect, right? The name is a direct description of what the food does.
So, for centuries, yogurt was this well-loved folk food. But its story was about to take a couple of massive leaps forward, turns that would change its reputation forever. And it's all thanks to a king and a scientist.
Okay, fast forward to the 16th century. Yogurt makes its grand entrance into the French royal court. And the story goes that the king, Francis I, had this terrible stomach problem and none of his doctors could figure it out. So, the Sultan of the Turkish Empire sent his own doctor who prescribed a diet of yogurt. And guess what? The king got better. All of a sudden, this humble food had a royal seal of approval in Europe. But nobody really knew why it worked. That remained a mystery for hundreds of years. That mystery finally got solved in the early 1900s thanks to a Bulgarian scientist, Dr. Stamen Grigorov. He was the first person to actually look at yogurt under a microscope and identify the tiny, living microorganisms that were making all this magic happen. He found the friendly bacteria. And here it is. This is the star of the show, Lactobacillus bulgaricus. This little guy is one of the key bacteria that Dr. Grigorov discovered. By identifying it, by understanding what it was, he basically cracked the code. This discovery took yogurt out of the realm of folklore and put it into the world of science, paving the way for it to be made safely and consistently on a huge scale.
And that scientific breakthrough, that was really the final piece of the puzzle. It completely set the stage for yogurt to go from a traditional food and folk remedy to the supermarket staple that's in pretty much every fridge today.
So the big moment for commercial yogurt comes in 1919, and it's from a company I'm pretty sure you've heard of, Danone. They started selling it in Barcelona. But here's the interesting part. They didn't sell it in grocery stores at first. They sold it in pharmacies as a health food specifically for kids with digestive issues. And just look at where we are now. I mean, it's incredible. From that one simple fermented milk product, we have this absolute explosion of choice. You've got thick and creamy Greek yogurt, yogurts packed with extra probiotics, literally any flavor you can dream of. And now, even plant-based yogurts made from soy, almonds, coconut, the list just goes on and on.
So when you really stop and think about it, what an absolutely incredible journey this one food has been on.
Honestly, the story of yogurt is really a story about us. It's about human curiosity, our ingenuity. It's about how we can take a lucky accident, milk sloshing around in an animal stomach bag, and turn it into a scientifically perfected product made in giant, high-tech steel vats. It's a food that has been with us, nourishing us, for literally thousands of years.
So, the next time you're in the kitchen and you peel back the lid on a cup of yogurt, just take a second. You're not just about to eat a snack. You're about to taste thousands of years of human history. And it kind of makes you wonder, right? What other amazing stories are hiding in the food you eat every single day?